friends, today we're going to focus on making these three main items that you should definitely consider while prepping meals for the week, because you can make a variety of dishes from them that your family will never get bored with. So let's make them first, and then I'll show you exactly how I repurpose them into these new dishes. Let's get started.
So first we are starting off with a simple fried rice base. I'm using some brown rice here. We have ginger, garlic all minced and some green chilies chopped. I always like to keep some peeled garlic with me, which makes it much easier during the week as well. And then for the veggies, I'm using this grater. I have some onions, purple cabbage and carrots all grated. And then we have a mixture of frozen corn, sweet corn and green peas. So I have just thawed them and now let's make it. So in a pan, get some oil and then add all the minced ginger, garlic, green chilies onto it. Get it nicely roasted, and then we're going to be adding chopped onions and then dump in all the veggies. I like to use cabbage and carrots. You can use any of it. I'm just going to make this fried rice full of veggies so that I don't want like small veggies here and there. This is going to make it nice and colorful as well and tasty at the same time, right? And then you add in the cooked brown rice. I use a pot with hot boiling water to cook the brown rice because there is a huge quantity that I'm preparing for and not just for one meal. And then to top it off, we are adding soy sauce and red chili sauce. Mix it all together, check the salt. I didn't have soy sauce with me, I added balsamic vinegar. So, in case you're adding soy sauce, add vinegar as well. And then top it off with some pumpkin seeds. And there we have it. I have stored it in 3 glass containers for the following meals. And we can convert this into something else another day. So keep watching.
As a child, I was never a huge fan of rava. All I could imagine making out of this was rava idli, rava dosa, or rava upma. I still can't believe that you can make such delicious bread out of this. Let's get started.
So I'm using the fine suji here. If it's coarse, do grind it. Then we have milk powder, salt, baking powder, oil, and some instant yeast. Add all of it together, and I'm using the mixer for it for making that initial dough. It's going to be very sticky. So just for that initial dough formation, I'm using it, and then I'm going to use my hands to knead it. The more time you need, the better. At least 20 minutes is definitely a must for enough gluten formation, and you will see the results if you knead well. And then proof it for about 1.5 hours, and there you see how nice it has risen. Let's hold on a second to enjoy the sight. It's now time to spread it out, knead a little more, and then roll it. And this should be in the length of the bread baking container that you're taking. So keep that beside you while kneading this portion. And now it's left to proof one more time. Another second to enjoy this. Look how nicely it has risen. This is why I feel bread baking is a very enjoyable process for me. Do you have plans to try this out? Let me know.
Okay, I decided to take a quick break, and there's one more recipe pending, that is the chicken roast, which is a Kerala style recipe. And my husband does not eat chicken, so I'm making this with egg, the same masala with egg for him. And it tastes equally good. So if you're someone like that, definitely try that out. The masala is what that makes the dish appetizing. And we're going to have this as a side dish for chapati tonight. And it's a weird kind of day today. It is sunny and rainy all at the same time. And in Kerala, there is an old saying which we call it as a Kurukante Kalyanam, which indicates fox's wedding. And I don't know how the story or the saying originated. Maybe it's something to do with a weird kind of phenomenon where you see sun and rain all at the same time, and creatures like foxes get married during this time, something like that. But definitely interesting. I might have to look at it. Let me know if there is something similar, saying something similar in your culture as well, if you're not a Malayali. But yeah, let's make the chicken roast.
Marinate your chicken with salt, chili, and turmeric powder. After you marinate and keep it for at least 30 minutes or overnight, in a pan, take some mustard and fennel seeds, and then add your sliced onions and slit green chilies. Saute it. Add your masala powders, salt, pepper, turmeric, red chili powder, coriander powder. And having a good pan is very, very important while making this roast, because you don't want to add too much oil but still not allow it to stick onto the pan, right? And then for the tomatoes, I add a mixture of chopped tomatoes and at least a tablespoon of tomato paste. That gives a very, very good color to this roast. And then saute it all together, mix well, and then allow it to cook on its own. No water, no oil required at this stage. Add some salt and then let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes in a covered pot.
I was just about to put together a healthy snack for the kids since they were very hungry after swimming. So I thought, why not utilize our chicken that we made? We used that as a side dish for our chapatis last night. They were amazing. So definitely try that recipe out. But for today, we're going to utilize that as a topping for our pizzas. So these are almond flour naans and they have turned out pretty good. So I'll definitely share the recipe if you want me to. But for today, let us put this pizza together.
The almond flour naans are very easy to make actually. Just you need a good amount of binding to make it work. On top of these mini naans, add your pizza sauce, some baby spinach, your chicken from last night, and then your shredded cheese and bake it in the oven. So quick and easy to make, really refreshing for the kids to have. So give it a try and let me know what you think. Let's give a refresh. Right, so we have some mushrooms, carrots, paneer, some cilantro, minced ginger and garlic, and for some spice powders, we're using salt, pepper, any masala powders actually that you want to add, some red chili powder and Kashmiri red chili powder as well, depending upon your spice level preference. Once you add that in, then blend it all together and make into a big lump like this, and then make small balls out of this. Once you do that, add some corn flour and a rice flour mixture. Just sprinkle it on top of it, and then it's time to bake it or air fry it. Actually, I'm using the air fryer at about 350 Fahrenheit. 10 to 15 minutes based on the heat level. Just change it up a little bit, spray some oil, and you have these golden fried Manchurian balls. Now I'm going to crush these peanuts, give it a light crush, and now let's assemble this quick meal up. Take a fresh lettuce, add the fried rice, the base fried rice that you had prepared, then sprinkle in the mint leaves and cilantro. Add in your Manchurian balls, your crushed peanuts, and then here mixing mayonnaise and red chili sauce. Mix it together and then drizzle it over this, and then place it on your family's plate. They will really enjoy this dish, and you haven't done much of an effort during your weekdays. See how nice and beautiful and appetizing this looks. Be sure to give this a try and definitely use fresh lettuce leaves to give that crunch and amazing experience. I did definitely plan out various sandwiches to make this week, but today I'm also going to make it a fulfilling breakfast for the kids. So I'm just chopping it up in these cubes and then slightly roasting it in ghee. So homemade ghee, homemade bread, what a nice aroma here. Anyway, in a little pan with some oil, add some chia seeds. So instead of mustard, I've been using chia seeds a lot. Many of you might already know this, but I really enjoy the toasted chia seed taste. That's one tip I always give, is to swap your mustard seeds with chia seeds wherever you can, and that's one good way to incorporate it. Then add your onions, tomatoes slightly roasted, and add on top of the toasted bread. And then separately, I'm also adding some scrambled eggs since I want to make this a protein rich dish for kids' breakfast. Add it on top of it, and then add your fresh cilantro, garnish it well, and then give it to your kids. And hopefully, they will enjoy as much as Anjali did. Save this video for later, and I'll see you all next time.
I love it.
Take care and bye bye.